Good morning. Good morning. Wake up, everybody, community. Good morning and happy Sunday. Here we go, beautiful folks. We are coming together on this beautiful Sunday. Hey, y'all. I'm Tirza. I'm back in the house with the community. Good morning. It's so wonderful to be here with you all. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Tirza. Good morning, everybody.
Hey, how are you, Adam? Good to see you.
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm well, thank you. I'm doing
Good.
well. Doing well. Wonderful to see you all. It's Sunday, and today is a perfect day to talk about let go of your comfort zone. That's our conversation today. Make sure you grab a pad and a pen, or you have your smart device, because I am going to have you do a little activity to be reflecting on your comfort zone. So make sure you have those tools with you as we embark on our learning journey today. You know, I always come complete with the beverage, and the coffee is right by my side. I'm getting pumped, getting that energy flowing. It's already going. I'm just taking it to the next level with some caffeine. Good morning. Good morning.
Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings. Wake up, everybody. Today is number 356. How about that? What a thriving community we are. Beautiful. Good morning, Facebook. Good morning to you. Kinyofu, how many people do we have on Facebook? Did we have any attendees yet?
People still it's hard to tell because not everybody is seen or counted by Facebook.
Okay, well, Facebook community, we are happy to have you here. Good morning. Good morning. I'm Tirza Barnes Griffith, your facilitator and speaker for today. And we are talking about letting go of your comfort zone. Grab your pen, grab your piece of paper or your smart device, because you're going to work. I'm putting you to work today, all right? All right. We're working to let go of some stuff.
Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Stay woke. Stay woke. Stay woke. It's time to get up. Stay woke. Stay woke. Stay woke. It's time to get up. We're healing, we're dealing, we're growing. Together, releasing. We're teaching, we're moving. Together, we're learning, discerning. We're striving. Together, we're leading, connecting, transforming. Together.
All right. Good morning. Wake up, everybody, community. How are you doing? Put one word in the chat to let me know how you are feeling this morning. Let me feel that energy. Send me some energy over, and I'm going to send you some energy over by way of this presentation today. One word to describe how you are feeling. Cheryl said, whoa, come on. Look, not just an I am awake this morning, but woke me to I am conscious. I am aware. Okay. I'm going to take it as that, right? What else do we have? How are folks feeling this morning? Let's see what comes through as we get ready to launch this important conversation, expectant and energized. Yes. Beautiful. Good energy. Hopeful. Yes. I love it. What else? Let's see. I know there's some more folks that can put some one word in the chat to describe how you are feeling on this beautiful in New York City summer morning. Peaceful, blessed, beautiful. And here's the thing, if there's one person or multiple people in the space who aren't feeling this kind of energy, we are able to take it from each other, right? The energy of peace and blessing and feeling relaxed is something that can translate throughout this community. So it's okay if you're not feeling these positive feelings, but your brothers or sisters are sending it to you. That's why I said put it in the chat so we can share the energy with each other and encourage each other with that type of love. So and language like feeling grateful is beautiful. It is so great to be back here with you all again. My name is Tirza Barnes Griffith. I am the CEO of Tirza Motivates LLC, where I get to do the work that I love to do, to teach, to facilitate, to motivate, to encourage in my work on a day-to-day basis. And I love when I get to join the Woo platform and the community to impart everything that I'm always learning, everything that I'm always growing and sharing it with the community, because that's what my work is about. I always say that I am my first client. I am the main client. I am always the student of Tirza Motivates, because it is through my learning that I feel like I'm able to work with other people. And so today we're talking about letting go of your comfort zone. And it's such an important topic because that comfort zone is a space of what sometimes feel comfortable can actually be your place of danger, almost like the enemy, if you don't get a grip of it and get a hold of it. So we're going to unpack what it means to let go of your comfort zone today, okay? And I want to begin by inviting you to think about what's calling you right now in your life. What's calling you? Now, when I say what's calling you, I want you to think about a desire that you hold within your heart. There's a desire within you right now. There's something that is calling you. A desire is a call because the desire is something that's already for you to achieve and have. And when the desire comes, it's pulling you or calling you towards it. What is that? Think about it for a moment. Maybe some of you want to share what that is in the chat, or if you want to unmute your mic and share with the community something that you desire. Let us know. For me right now, what's calling me is to purchase a home. That's calling me right now. A home, a house. Outside of where I'm at, I want to go somewhere else, staying in New York, but it's calling me. It's a desire that I have, and it's a very strong desire. So much so that I feel it deeply, that I already know it's mine. Now, Jacqueline said abundance, and Jacqueline, I appreciate that, but I want you to get more specific with that. What does that mean? Because abundance is very broad, right? Abundance is like wealth, and wealth is not just having money. So get specific on one specific thing you want. So I'm seeing finances and financial success and love. Okay, good. Let's see. Did anyone else put anything in the chat? Let's see. What is calling you? Other people. What's calling you right now? What are you hungry for? What are you desiring? What are you feeling is yours to manifest? Oftentimes we hear language like, what goals do you have? What aspirations do you have? So what are you desiring? That question is really important because whenever you desire something or something is calling you, that means that it's necessary for you to take action. That means that something is coming your way. You are on the brink of something beautiful happening, because the desire is not just there to be there for you to feel, but it's there for you to actually achieve. That means that there's something for you to acquire. The desire and the call is a signal that you are about to go to the next level. Oftentimes what we do is ignore a desire, or we become consumed with beliefs that we can't have what we desire. Or we think things like, I'm not enough, or I don't have enough, so I can't do that thing. But the desire is an indicator that it's for you and it's already yours. Does everyone get that? The desire is the indicator that it's already yours. That it's already yours. So let's see here. My holistic retreat from Facebook. Thank you for that, Wendy, for sharing that. Yes, that I love that as a very specific desire. There is something that you have on the horizon that you see and you want to achieve it. Beautiful. It's already in you. You have everything that you need to accomplish it. It's calling you. And how do you know it's calling you? Because you think about it all the time. Or you almost feel like the desire is a nag to you because you know you have to do it and you may not be moving on it. It doesn't let you rest. It's like that little character on your shoulder saying, it's time. What did you do about it? Let's make a move. This is for you. Or when you see someone else doing that thing that you want to do, you get emotional. You have these feelings within you, right? And because you're being called to do something very similar. So Jasmine said it's uplifting people. Now, Jasmine, what does that look like, right? Because when we have a desire, we want to get as specific as possible. So when Wendy spoke about a retreat, I'm imagining that retreat is the platform for uplifting people in some way. So how do you want to uplift people, right? That's something to think about too. When you have a desire, get specific as possible about it. Really, really unfold and unpack what that looks like and feels like. Now, when you have a desire, again, you should know that you have everything within you to achieve it. And you should know that you can have anything that you desire. So I said two different things. You have everything that you need to accomplish it. And what you don't have, you have the mindset and the ability and the resources to figure it out. But also, you can create and have anything that you desire. Now, for some people, we've been taught you can't have everything that you desire because, and then you fill in the blank. How many of us been told that? You can't do that because, right? The truth is, you create your destiny. You create your path. You decide what's best for you based on what you're being called to. If you're being called, that means it's for you. You have the power to create it. Now, I just introduced a really important word, power. What does that mean to have power? Most of us know power as being in control of someone or something, this hierarchical level of, someone's on top of someone else. For this conversation, I want you to erase that definition out of your mind, because for the purpose of consciousness and awareness, what we're talking about, a power that is within you, that is very intimate and personal to you. And we're speaking about power because when you have a desire and you have this ability to create what you want, it is ever important that you understand the personal power that you hold so that you can create that. All right. So what I like to do is offer you a definition of power. So what is power? What is it? This is a definition I got from my friends at the Soul Focus group who I do work with and train with. And I love this definition, so I'm borrowing it from them. It is seeing yourself influencing, impacting, and creating the realities you want from your authentic self. And I'm going to pop that in the chat so that it's easy for everyone to take a look at as we have this conversation. Pop it in really quickly. There we go. All right. So I'm going to read it again. Power is seeing yourself influencing, impacting, and creating the realities you want to experience from your authentic self. Let's sit with that definition for a moment. And I want you to tell me, what do you notice about that definition? What resonates with you with that definition? And we can open up the conversation and ask people to share. Nigel, if you want to select a couple of people, I'd love to hear from folks. What resonates with them when they see this definition? Seeing yourself influencing, impacting, and creating the realities you want to experience from your authentic self. That's power.
Sure. So here's I don't see any raised hands, so I'm going to call on Imani. If you're willing to come unmute yourself and answer the question, followed by Cheryl.
Okay, cool. And so while they're getting ready, I want to shout out my friend Jem McBean from Facebook. I love that he or she, I'm not sure who it is, says desires are of our creator, our heavenly father. So well said. So the desires are from our source. It's put in us from our source. It's a spiritual experience. Absolutely. Thank you for that. Okay, so who did we select?
We selected Imani.
Okay. Hey, Imani. Good morning.
Hey, I almost forgot about you, but I was like, oh wait, it's 7 o'clock, hurry up. Hey everyone, good morning, Tirza, and thank you for calling on me because I was coming to unmute. So looking at the definition, I needed to hear that, right? Because I would say, I think of power in the sense that you had initially described, and thinking of force, and don't see myself creating change or things in a very forceful way, but doing it subtly. So the definition of seeing myself influencing, impacting, and creating the reality I want to experience from my authentic self just affirms for me that I can create what I'm looking for in life without having to sort of become somebody who I've never been, and do it not laid back, but just subtle ways. It's definitely power. I'm accepting that I can be powerful without that traditional sense of a forceful impact.
Yes. Yes. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for that. I'm glad that the definition is touching you and resonating with you. Absolutely. And here's the thing, you have it already in you. We just have to awaken to it. I like to say we have to meet up with ourselves or catch up with ourselves. So everything that we're talking about around your power, your potential, your success, your desires is already here. We're just meeting up with it and catching up with it. When we attend workshops like this, when we have conversations like this, when we do our self-work, we get closer and closer to everything that we are already. It's really important that you make that a note. You are already everything that you desire to be. You just got to meet it, catch up to it. Okay. I see Jasmine said, I see power as the exact definition. What resonates with me is your authentic self. Yes. Authentic self, your true self, not your false self, not the mask that you put on to show up, to please people, to prove things to people, to be approved. It is you in your knowing your true self and what is real to you and showing up in that and being that. And from that, you are your most powerful. You cannot be powerful if you are not your authentic self. If there's any part of yourself that you deny, you are not functioning in your true power. If you are holding back because you were told as a child, that's not going to work, or you shouldn't do that, or you shouldn't be like that, you're not going to be in your full power. And I reference being a child because we receive messages and programs over the years in our life that have hindered us. And it's a veil that blocks us from being the authentic self. Okay, let me just want to look at a couple of other comments that are coming up. I love it. I love what's coming up. Beautiful.
Tirza, we
Yes.
can also invite Adam to share. He had his
Okay.
hand. Adam, you have your hand raised. Would you like to come back and share with us what came up for you?
I'm sure. What came up for me is when I think of power, I think of showing up in a world that is very creative, and also doing the basic things that most people would not do, such as cleaning up, picking up the tree branches that are in your yard, um exercising, learning how to eat right, standing alone when necessary.
Mhm. Mm.
And,
Adam,
and go ahead.
nope, you go ahead.
And also when I think of power, I also think of trying to influence one other person, and not trying to withhold any important information that's out there,
Mm.
so I can influence and empower other people to do what needs to be done in this world.
Beautiful, beautiful. You use two big words in this conversation: create and influence. When you are in your power, you are easily in flow with your ability to create, right? When you're creating, you're in your power. When you are flowing from your authentic self, it's easy for you to create. And in turn, what you do is you influence. You influence. Now, Adam, the different ways that you said that you like to do that is beautiful. That's unique to you. That's unique to your authentic self. And being in touch with that is so important because we were put on this earth to create. And when we're creating, we feel most powerful. And when we're creating and feeling powerful, we're inspiring people, we're influencing people, we're touching people. Adam, thank you for that. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Beautiful. So this is an important conversation because we all are yearning to achieve something. It doesn't matter what stage of your life you were in, we have desires. There are things, there's something calling us. Some of you may be wanting to go back to school. Some of you may be wanting to start a business. Some of you may be wanting to get married, have a family, whatever it is. We all yearn for something. And that yearning is good. That's what keeps us thriving and keeps us motivated to keep going. But here's the deal. If we are not comfortable with stepping outside of our comfort zone, we may miss the opportunity to achieve what it is that we desire most. You get that? We're all yearning for something. But if the comfort zone has full control over us and we're stuck in it, we miss out on truly achieving all that we want to achieve. So I have a question for you, since today our conversation is about the comfort zone. How do you describe the comfort zone? What is a comfort zone, my friends? What is a comfort zone? What is it? Would anybody like to share their thoughts on it? Unmute your mics.
Sure, I can share. The comfort zone could be a place where it can be safe, but at the same time, it can also, weaken you and cripple you in the long run if you're not willing to, try new things.
Beautiful. So a comfort zone, did you say safe? Did I hear safe?
Yeah, safe.
Yep.
At first sight.
At first sight, it feels safe. Good. Anyone else? It feels safe. It feels good. Anyone else want to share? What is the comfort zone?
Let's invite Cherie to share. Cherie wanted to share a little bit earlier. Are you willing to come back, Cherie?
Good morning, family. How are you?
Hello. Good morning.
Yes, it is. When I think about comfort zone, I think about just being swaddled. And you know how when you're swaddled, you just like this, you feel warm, but you're restricted at the same time. Yeah, that's what came to mind. Maybe it's because I was doing a birth this week, but yeah, that's immediately what popped into my mind.
Yeah, and a swaddling feels good, right? It provides security. It's security and warmth and safety, the safe space, right? So I love that you use that term swaddle. Thank you for that. That's excellent. That's excellent. Sheree, let me ask you why you're here with us. What is it that you desire? Is it what's calling you right now at this stage of your life?
Warmth, sand, water from the ocean, which means relocation.
Relocating, that's a desire of yours. Beautiful.
Yes, and I'm gonna make it happen. I'm committed to it because I got a message this week. Because when you relocate and you have no idea how you're gonna move all of your opportunities and your currency into a whole nother place, right? And then there's something in you telling you that your currency is where you're currently making and doing, right? But you know what the message was that I got that just got me flying high?
What's that?
I am my currency everywhere I go. Hey, I'm feeling like
yes. So
and I'm holding on to that because it's allowing me not to be fearful. It's like it's eradicating the fear. So I'm excited.
Beautiful. I'm excited.
Thank you for asking.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. And what we're going to do in a few minutes is do some work around what messages are in the way that might get in the way, right? And so that's why I'm asking you all to identify what it is that's calling you and what desire you have, okay? It's important that you put that down on paper. So Cherie said she wants to relocate. So everyone get that very clear, all right? And we'll continue the conversation now and get back to comfort zone. I see. Thank you, Cherie, for your contribution. I appreciate you. All right. So I'm seeing from Facebook, Wendy said that the comfort zone is a place of stagnation. Okay. Z said the space where we only do what makes us feel comfortable and secure. It's a trap that keeps us from reaching our highest potential. Come on. Right? The comfort zone takes no effort, says Jenny from Facebook. Thank you for that. Jem said, when you feel at peace with yourself and others. Yeah, so the comfort zone makes you feel swaddled, right? It makes you feel good. But, right, let's put that but in and you all hit it on the nail. It also could stagnate you. It could hold you back from reaching your full potential, to unfolding into your higher self, to prevent you from becoming all that you were destined and have been designed to become and designed to achieve. See, the comfort zone is tricky because when you hear comfort, you think it's a good, safe place, right? But today, what I am here to encourage you to do is get the hell out of your comfort zone. There is something that you have identified that you want to achieve. There's a desire, there's something calling you. And we have already said that when we speak about being in your power, it's you creating the realities that you want. You. And I want to go back to that definition and say, the key message in that definition of power is you are responsible for what you want to, what you desire. You are responsible for achieving it. No one else. You create the realities you want. So if we understand that we all have desires and that we are responsible for creating the realities that we want from our authentic self, we're going to move forward. But we also want to be intentional and start to address what gets in the way of us creating the realities and desires that we want. And one of those things is the comfort zone. The comfort zone. So I want to bring up an image for you to take a look at with me, because I think it does a great job at.
Tirza.
Yes.
I was gonna mention that we had Z who had her hand up.
Okay.
She shared a beautiful comment in the chat. So, we can go into the slide and then come back to Z.
I love that. Thank you. Thank you for that. So here's a beautiful diagram that speaks to the realities or the journey of one who is experiencing a desire and a calling, who's ready to step out and do something new. Initially, we find ourselves in a comfort zone, which, as we all said, feels safe and where we feel that we are in most control. We are swaddled. But then that calling continues to call us and almost nags us, and we feel such a strong inspiration to do something different, to be something different, to achieve something on the next level, and we step out. And as we step out, or even think about stepping out, what we do is enter a phase of what's called the fear zone. And the fear zone is a place where we are experiencing lack of confidence. We're thinking in a way that is low in terms of our confidence. We're not fully believing in ourselves. And we often make excuses in the fear zone of why we can't do something. So for Cherie, what was coming up for her, and correct me if I'm wrong, Cherie, you were thinking about currency, right? And it can only be here where I am currently, right? That's an excuse. And that's connected to a lack of self-confidence. And it ain't true. It's just that you're up in this fear zone. The fear zone is also a place where you are all too concerned about other people's opinions, worried about what other people think if you do something that will fulfill you in your calling or desire. But eventually what happens is, my friends, you make this commitment to yourself. You honor yourself and you honor the call, and you start to follow the call and step out of your comfort zone. And you eventually enter into what is a very sweet zone, which is the learning zone. Now, the learning zone is a sweet zone because you're starting to discover yourself in a new way. You're learning new skills, you're extending yourself, you're stretching yourself, you're starting to become, you're looking at challenges as a way of opportunity. Problems are looked at by way of solutions. They're not consuming you. You're learning to look at problems in a way that's solution oriented. You're unfolding, you're becoming, you're learning. And as you continue to step forth and go through a process of stepping out of your comfort zone and following the call towards your desire, what you yearn for, you will eventually meet and land in a place called the growth zone. Now, this is the juiciest zone of all, because this is where you start feeling yourself, right? As they say in the streets, where you start to see yourself as the bomb.com, and you become what is called self-actualized. Now, if you all know Maslow's hierarchy of needs, at the top of the pyramid, he speaks about being self-actualized, where you are fully confident and aware of what you have to contribute to the world, to the universe, right? You are clear in your offerings and your skills and how you present. This is where you are fully in your power, or you're becoming fully in your power. You're realizing your aspirations. You're setting new goals. You're achieving those goals and starting to live your dreams, follow your passions, and pursue your purpose. You may even be discovering your purpose, but it's such a sweet place to be. So now, let's look at this. If you stay in the comfort zone, look at everything that is at risk for your life. Once you hit that learning zone and that growth zone. Do you all see that? And if you had this diagram in front of you, I bet you can fill in the learning zone what you would be achieving and where you would be in the growth zone based on the goals you set for yourself. And then if you decide to stay in that comfort zone and look back at what you wrote, those are the things you would miss out on. Those are the opportunities you wouldn't see achieved because you chose to stay in the comfort zone. So let's talk about this. What are we feeling? What are we thinking about our lives, our desires, about what's calling you as it relates to this? Z, I understand you wanted to make a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Then let's hear from some other folks.
Greetings, family.
Yeah, that would be in divine order.
Personally,
If you could talk to him for me.
deep in the learning zone.
Okay, let him know that I'm back in New York now.
And with a foot firmly planted in
Okay.
the growth zone.
Okay, all right, wonderful. And then we'll get it to
And
the
it's been
investors
manifesting in many ways. My creative
We will
usually
send it to them.
pushes me, gives me like no choice. when
And
I
then
want to
they'll
do
know,
something
you
and
know,
I just
also how
don't
they
do it.
can
I've
support
been
our
self-sabotaging
requests.
myself most of my life. And
also,
every time I make a
we're
huge step,
hearing,
it's because the creator
that
literally
ACON
gave me a
is
firm,
meeting with
solid
my
kick in my
people, by
tush
the way.
and gave me
I'll
no
know more
choice.
about that today, and I'll let you know.
Within the last
Yeah,
3
but
years,
he
it's been
has reached out to
major,
my people.
starting with losing my home.
ACON
That
has
home
done that. He has
was a
reached
comfort
out
zone for
to
me.
my
I was
investors
miserable
over
there. I loved it because it was my
All
grandparents'
right, and we just
space,
have to know what that all
but I was
means.
miserable because it was not feeding me.
Okay, all right, because
The energies that were
my
that had overtaken
understanding
that space
that
were
his
suffocating me,
ACON city
but I wasn't letting it
is
go.
what he want my
And I
investors
finally
to help him
lost
with.
it. I had no choice. I got kicked out.
Yeah, because my investors
And from
also
then to
is in
now, I have
Dubai.
grown so much that
New York
it's
and
amazing me.
Dubai.
But most recently,
All right, so he's been in
about
touch
4
with
months
them.
ago,
His
I
people has
learned
been
that
in
I
touch
might have
with
an
our
opportunity to be in Africa for the first time on
and
my
then we just
birthday.
let them know where it is and what
And
has to be done.
I put it
and
aside
what,
because
you know, what are we looking
I
at
didn't
when
think
we're
I could make
talking
it
about
happen.
ACON?
I didn't,
And
let
you
me be
know that
more
I
accurate.
spoke
I
to
didn't
you
know how
on
I
the
could make it
ground.
happen.
So
So I put the idea out of my head. The elder who had told me about it didn't put it out of her head.
Can you get a hold of Yusindu?
We came to a place. She called me and she says, "Okay, are we ready to go?" I was like, "Well, I don't think I can do it. I really want to do it, but I don't know how I can do it with all of the challenges I have going on right now." She said, "It's not up to us.
Okay.
It's not up to us. We just have to make sure that we stay focused on that. That's the goal." My birthday is Juneteenth.
Okay.
June 19th. On June 19th, I was on Glory Island. I just got back last night.
As soon as the letter, you get the letter to me, I will give it to them.
Beautiful, beautiful. Congratulations and happy
All right, so let me move the letter now. And then get back to you. And then let us
and in the process of it, some of my other goals that I've been kind of putting on the back burner because I'm going through life are being manifested. The elder is a very powerful woman. I've known her for over 20 years, and she's been on a mission to bring the children home to Glory. There's a building on the island that she wants given to the African Americans.
And I'm back in New York
to come home and heal, start their healing process, learn who they are.
Okay. Now,
and I'm now
one other thing, and I'm gonna let
an
you
integral
go.
part of that,
Now,
which is
manifesting
so many of the other goals that I want to manifest is all happening now.
So
yeah, you know what's coming up for me, Z, and thank you for sharing. You know, let's take note of this as a community.
It's going to be 20 on the plane.
When you make a decision,
all right, then
to let go of one thing that is a comfort zone to you, you make space for many new things to come into your life. And so I don't know the consecutive order, but this is how it sounds. I was holding on to the house. I let go of that. Other things moved forth and other doors opened up. Sometimes it's that one thing that you're holding on to. You're so hard to let go of it, but it's the thing that you need to let go of for the other manifestations of your life to roll in. Because it's a block for what's to come. Because here's what I got. You got to let go of it so that you can go through the growth zone. You have to go through the process so that the other manifestations, new manifestations, can come into your life. Because when you let go of something, you're making room for new to come in. Are you all getting that? Let me just see what the energy is like in terms of that, because that's powerful. Z, thank you for setting that up for us. That was beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Happy belated birthday. Keep living your best life and keep letting go. Keep letting go of the comfort zones. Thank you. Any other comments based on what we're talking about? That was powerful what I just got. And I hope it landed for you, because it's big. You're going to let go of something from this session today and watch what is about to embark in your life. Woo! But it takes courage. It takes courage. It takes trust to believe that if you let something go that's so comfortable to you, that more will come. But you got to believe in yourself that you're deserving of that more. That you're deserving of more than what is right now. Just because it's comfortable for you doesn't mean it's good for you. Just because it's comfortable for you doesn't mean it's good for you. Or it doesn't mean that it matches where you're going. It may have worked for you some time ago, but see, the new desires that are calling you are indicators that there's something more for you, and it's time to let it go so you can get into the next phase of what's for you. Okay? All right, John, I heard you say something. I'm listening. Go for it.
Yes. We have Jasmine, who is ready to share.
Okay.
Jasmine?
Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to say, to kind of piggyback on what y'all was saying about when you let go, when you need to let go of something to come out of your comfort zone, and you never know what's waiting, how much more is sitting there waiting for you, especially when you let go. But for myself, like, I'm learning that the universe seems to forcefully push me out of my comfort zone. Like, Jasmine, so you don't want to do this? Okay, well, I'm gonna do this. And I just feel like I'm being forced to go into my calling of where I need to be, because I'm the type of person who, I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I'll step into it, and then as soon as everybody is watching, like, oh my God, this is good, I'll run back like, no. I didn't want that type of attention. Like, I just wanted to help people. I just wanted to do this. And it's like, girl, what you're supposed to be doing, they're gonna be watching, they're gonna be looking. So get out of that. But I've been so fearful. And I know where that's coming from, like my voice being shut off and feeling like, no, you're not smart enough to say this. You're not educated enough to be telling us this. But that's my own stuff inside from younger, and some of that stuff comes up when I'm operating in my gift, and I retreat back knowing, like, no, stop going backwards. Keep going. You're there. And I feel like I'm at the learning stage, but I'm also running back to the fear stage. Like, I'm pulling my own self back.
Jasmine, I got a message for you.
Yes.
That stuff about everything that you just described that stops you, that is your comfort zone.
Okay.
How about that? Your comfort zone could be the limitations that you grew up with, the messages that you received about what you can't do. You're not enough. You're not this. You're not smart enough. You're this. You don't speak good enough. We make those things our comfort zone.
All right.
But Jasmine, I want to make sure I'm clear on this. Get that?
Yes.
Because you said I keep going back to it, and I keep thinking it, and people are telling you how great you are and the things that you're doing and how powerful you are in your authentic self. When you're doing that thing that you're called to do, you are practicing and being your authentic self. But then that ego, all the negativity about what you're not and what you can't do starts to creep up. and you fall right back in love with, in bed with the comfort zone, and it takes your mind hostage.
Right. Right.
Those negative feelings are the comfort zone for you. So you have to let that go.
Okay.
Does that resonate with you?
Yes. I run 2 businesses, and I know that they're just gifts that, it helps me make money, but it's not my calling, it's not my purpose. And I just had a fire on Wednesday, and people would expect for you to just be like so upset and depressed because you had a fire, you lost everything. I didn't lose my kids, I didn't lose my husband, not even my dog. Just
Amen.
Stuff that I used to operate my business, and I wasn't even mad about it. I was like, okay, universe, God, what are you saying? You burnt it all up because I keep running back to these things because I'm comfortable with this makes enough money. This does this. He just wiped it out. Like, okay, now you're gonna do what I'm telling you to do. And just going back online and just talking to some of the people that I'm talking to and just saying, like, operating like Shawnee used to always tell us, expose yourself to expand yourself. And I just always feel so good just operating in my authentic self, like just being Jasmine.
Of course you do. Of course you feel good because that's you. Anything else ain't real. Right? Of course you do. That's when you're most powerful.
Right.
And your authentic self is not the stuff that you've been told as a child about being shut, be quiet. You said like telling you to be quiet and that sort of thing. That's not it. That was other people imparting on you what made them feel good. So you got to let that go. Okay?
Thank you.
Jasmine, thank you for sharing. We wish you so much success. We're excited to hear what you are about to embark on. New things to come with this. We're excited for you. Thank you for sharing.
Right.
All right. All right, my friends. Let's see. Do we have time for one more comment? Because I want to walk you all through an activity. Should we jump into one more comment? Anyone?
Yes, Tirza. So Gina has her hand raised. So why don't we ask her to unmute herself before you move forward?
All right. All right.
Good morning, everybody. So many things, man, Tirza. But what came up for me quickly was that the comfort zone is a lie. Like on your slide, one of them, it said like you feel powerful, you feel like you're in control, and God is in control, and we have our destiny, and He's given it to us. But then we feel like we're gonna do this because I know how to do this little thing, and we're trying to take this false sense of security, this false sense of control, instead of jumping in and doing what we're supposed to do. And that's what I got from this, Tirza. It's just the comfort zone is a lie. It's just a lie.
I love what you said, false sense of control. False sense. And here's the thing. There may have been a time where it was the true sense. It wasn't the false sense, right? It worked for you at a time. It worked for you. Like let's say you're on a job and you're raising young children and it's comfortable, you know your work, you got good relationships, it's all good. It makes sense for the time. It's a true sense. But then what happens is because we are evolving beings, we naturally grow. We're going to outgrow an experience. And when we start to outgrow it and we feel the nudges of it and the glimpses of more, and we don't listen to those glimpses, it becomes now a false sense. You see that? So like the comfort zone, there is a time where it may have served you. There's a time where it may have served you. All I'm saying is you have to pay attention to the glimpses of you growing. You're growing, you're expanding, and you want to move with the expansion. And the comfort zone prevents you from unraveling and unfolding into all that you are meant to be. The caterpillar to the butterfly, right? Think about that. You have to eventually come out of your cocoon, and you know when it's time to come out. You feel it all in your spirit. You feel it all in your soul. But if you ignore it, the comfort zone becomes a false sense. It's not real. It's not real, and it's only hindering you. So here's what I want you to do. Thank you, Gina, for sharing that. Pull out your paper, pull out your pen, and I want us to walk through an activity. At the top of the paper or wherever you have blank space, I want you to write down as specific as possible, what is that desire or that thing that is calling you? What do you want? So someone shared that they want to start a retreat. Someone shared that they want to relocate. Someone wants love, right? Does that mean being in a relationship? Like, what does that mean? Financial wealth. What does that mean specifically? Try to get that down. I talked about, I want to buy, you all know my story. I'm in the process of a divorce. I owned a home before, but I'm in the space. The spirit has put in my spirit and showed me that I can be my own homeowner without someone. That was a huge revelation to me when I began to have that desire, y'all. Like, what? No, there was a time in the day that I thought I couldn't have that unless I was in partnership with someone. But see, I am an unfolding being, consistently evolving, getting to know myself in a way that I've never known, meeting up with my true and authentic self. And in the meeting up with my true and authentic self, my desires are being revealed to me in a way that I haven't seen them before. So now I'm going to go get my own house without a man. Who, me? Word? I like that because I am in alignment with my true self. Now, I can get up all in my head and be about that comfort zone. I could do that and be hindered and think that I can't have it unless I have a partner. Lies. The comfort zone lies to you too. All right. So put on your paper, what do you desire? Then underneath that, I want you to put a small arrow going down. A small arrow going down. And I want you to think about what you desire. And I want you to think about the comfort zone that is connected to what you desire. The comfort zone that is connected to what you desire. Think about that. And what is what is it that will prevent you from achieving what you desire as it relates to the comfort zone? Write that down. And if you're not sure what I'm asking, or if I'm not being clear, just let me know. Okay.
Tirza, would you repeat that one more time about, thank you.
Yeah, so the first thing we said is write down what's calling you. What do you desire? Underneath that, put a little arrow. And then I want you to think about what are some of the things that, like, it's almost like it frightens you because it's associated to you stepping outside of your comfort zone. So it's like calling out that thing that you know you're comfortable in that might prevent you from achieving your desire. So like I talked about the house, I would say that I'm not in this space now, but in the beginning, in thinking about this, the comfort zone is, but I have to have a partner or somebody to help me to do this. Even if it's like, well, mom, do you want to do it with me? Right? That was a comfort zone. Like I can't do, I need somebody to be alongside this journey with me. You got that? Does that help?
Yes, thank you.
And then once you do that, I want you to put a second arrow going right underneath your comfort zone. And I want you to write, what are you willing to let go of? What are you willing to let go of as it relates to this comfort zone so that you can achieve your desires? What are you willing to let go of? The topic today is let go of your comfort zone. But there's something specific that you have to let go of to achieve what you want. So I had to let go of any negative thoughts or beliefs about me being able to not hold it down on my own in a home, right? And have it myself. I don't need my mother to do this with me. I'm boss. I got my own power. I create my destiny and the desires that I want from my authentic self. Right? So remember your power. So what do I need to let go of? Any fears, any beliefs that I have? And the more specific you get with it, the belief that I have to have a partner to own a home. You know, I believe I was trained up in this: get married, get your house with your partner. You know, this is the whole life that you live together, the American way. Really? Who said? Society? But it don't serve me that way like that no more right now. So does that mean I gotta wait till I get another partner, or can I live my best life and get my own house on my own? Right? Yes, I can. But I have to let go of any thoughts or beliefs that are limiting my potential for what I want. What do you need to let go of? Now, this area of letting go, let's talk a little bit about that. It's like you're letting go. It's like you're holding on to something so tightly. You're holding on to it so tightly. And it's this whole idea of loosening the grip a little bit. Just loosening the grip. Loosening the grip. Relaxing a little bit about it. Or completely cutting it off. It all depends on the extreme. Some things just have to be cut off, chopped off. Where's the axe? Like, chop it off. Because it's no longer serving you. And some people say, well, I have to let go of fear, right? But the fear, remember, is associated with oftentimes concern about how people think about you, how you're going to ruffle feathers. Like, why do you have the fear? Why do you have the fear? Why do you have the thought you have about the thing? Always ask yourself, why? All right. Now, when you let go of something, you want to replace it with something else that's going to serve you. So I want you to put a next arrow going down under what you're willing to let go of. And I want you to write, what are you willing to commit to? Because when you release something, you're making space for something new to come in. So what are you willing to commit to now that you're willing to let go of something? You're making room for what you want. The committing is connected to your desire, your calling, your dreams, your goals. You want to relocate? What are you willing to commit to? Okay. So, Woo team, let's see if we have some folks who want to share what they put down in the process of this activity. The goal is that you are reflecting on, you're recalling what you yearn for. You're looking at what can get in the way of it by identifying that comfort zone. And you're saying, I'm not going to let this comfort zone stop me because I want to get to the growth zone. So I am going to let go of something or things, and I'm going to replace it with something else that I'm going to commit to. And this is your map and your plan. Sometimes we are not even aware of what we're holding on to, or we're ignoring the comfort zone, and we're not committing to anything because sometimes denial is just easy. This is holding you accountable. It's called personal responsibility. This is an activity of personal. If power is you seeing yourself creating the realities you want, then you have to take personal responsibility. And it starts right now with this activity. So we're calling you out today to take personal responsibility for your life. All right. So Nija, anybody want to share that we can pull, we can ask to share from the group?
Hi, Tirza. Before we go into asking someone to share, let's acknowledge it's 8 o'clock, 7:59 exactly. And we just want to acknowledge community that may have to move on with their day today.
Sounds good.
I'll have you do that. Your contact is also in the chat if they need to contact you. So, you know, thank them for the time they spent with you. You know how this goes.
Okay. Family, you know I love you all. Thank you so much for being here with me today and inviting me to be the facilitator of this important conversation. I love y'all. Thank you. And make sure you stay in touch. I believe they're going to pull the slides up. I'm at Tirza Motivates. Hey, connect with me on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook. Let's keep in touch with each other. Again, I thank you. And I hope you can hang out with us a little bit more because I want to wrap up this activity with you. But if you can, I wish you so much success and encourage you to let go of your comfort zone because there is nothing but promises and infinite potential waiting for you to take a hold of. All you have to do is release anything that is holding you back, and that comfort zone gets in the way. So y'all do it. Thank you.
Excellent. Tirza, so I'm led to call on Kaisha. She dropped, I am constantly evolving in the chat when you were leading us through the activity. So Kaisha, are you willing to unmute yourself and share what you have captured?
Good morning, everyone. I am surprised. Yes, Tirza, when you were speaking, before you gave us the activity, you made that comment, I am consistently, right? I am consistently evolving. And I put it in the chat just to, that's me. That's me, I'm consistently evolving. And so I just thought that was a powerful statement because I am in everything, like you stated, with your relationship and what's coming out of that relationship, not just the ending of your relationship, but the new you, you know? And so that's where I'm at as well. And regarding the activity, I'm kind of glad I am because I wanted to ask you, what was the first, when we made the statement, what is our comfort zone? Are you saying that that is what I want to manifest? Like wealth management, that's what I want to manifest?
Well, your desire, what do you desire? What you want to manifest, right? Yeah. What are you hungry for? Like maybe you want to start a business, you know, maybe you want a family. I don't know, like very specific. And so a desire is something that's within you. You feel it within your soul. You know, it's something that you need to do. You have a strong interest for it, right? And that's why I said sometimes you get restless because you know you're supposed to be or you feel the call. That's what I say, follow the call. You feel it pulling you, right? That's the thing. It becomes a manifestation when you begin to pursue it. And there are many manifestations in it when you follow it through, when you follow the call. Okay.
Yeah, Tirza, before I go, because I have so many things that I find myself comfortable with. And I didn't write this down, but what I wanted to, I should have wrote, my comfort zone is not speaking up in meetings at work. I recently got a promotion to where I have to speak up. And oh my goodness, you could tell my voice changes. You know, I get nervous, and this is over a Microsoft Teams. This is over a Teams call, but I have to go off a mute. Kaisha, would you come off a mute and answer this? I'm like, oh God, you know, because everyone's listening to me. And that it's funny, I'm comfortable speaking here in this zone, in this safe space, woo. But when I'm in a meeting, my comfort zone is not speaking up, and this promotion is bringing me out of my comfort zone.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk a little bit about that, Kaisha. What's the story you're telling yourself about speaking up at work, right? The reason why I'm asking you this is because that's the thing you're going to need to let go of. It's not, I need to speak up at work. I'm going to let go of not speak. No, it's something connected to why you're not speaking up. So what is that? What is the story? What are you telling yourself? What's the narrative you have in your head?
I always want to make sure I know what I'm talking about. There was an incident where I corrected one of my leads in a meeting, and it could have been just a simple correction, but to me, I felt so bad and guilty. I did this in front of a meeting, and so that kind of made me just retreat. That kind of made me retreat. Oh, I shouldn't have corrected her in front of everyone. I should have took it out the meeting and sent her an email. You know, all this I should have.
So outside of that experience is, it may have been why you got in this way, but what's the story you're telling yourself? That what?
Oh, that I should stay in my place. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, that I should stay in my place.
That you should stay in your place and what else?
And let people
focus
say
on
what
you,
they-
not other people. Focus on
Okay.
you.
That I just feel like I don't know what I'm saying, or I don't know what I'm talking about, but I do know what I'm talking about. Stay in my place. I don't know what I'm talking about. What if I'm wrong? That's it.
There you go.
That's it.
There you go.
That's it.
Yeah.
What if I'm wrong?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what you need to let go of. Right there. Which is, remember the fear zone in that diagram?
Yes, I do.
In the fear zone, worried about other people's opinions, dealing with the lack of confidence, right? So what if I'm wrong? So that means that what you need to let go of is this, I always need to be right. Right? I have to play the part. I'm not going to say what's the right thing to say. All of that stuff is what you have to let go of.
Right.
You need to free yourself from that thinking so that you can show up fully as your authentic self. So your authentic self is being blocked. Like that thinking of, if I don't say it right, is a big block from you being in your power. You have a lot to offer. You know what to say. You are intelligent. Did you say you just got a promotion?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. But yet the thing that is considered, could be considered your comfort zone. Let me just shut up. Let me just stay quiet. I don't want to ruffle any feathers. I don't want to upset anything. It's blocking you from your shine. So how important is it for you to be in your power and shine in this new role and do what you've been called to do?
Right.
How important is it?
It's very important, so I could continue. I could continue my career.
Because you said you're continuously evolving.
Yeah.
So this is something you have to evolve from so that you can evolve to the next level. And so I just want you to see, I want you to understand the potential is right here. You're like all that you can have. Let's just say my hand is over here. You're over here. And right in the middle is this big wall. And that wall, it's the thing that you need to let go of. The beliefs you have about shut up, don't say nothing. You don't know what you're talking about. You know, you'd already offended your leader. You know, that's this big wall. And as soon as you start to chop it down, boom, the manifestations are happening. That's what you have to let go of, what's right in the center. Does that make sense what I just did? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, because it is a wall. Yes.
Yeah. So that's why I'm saying we have to be specific of the let go. And in doing this work with Kaisha, helping her to get clear on what is the story she's telling herself, she's able to see more clearly what's really in the way and then be like, oh, that's the thing I have to let go of. So starting when you get back to work tomorrow, you have to go with a whole new energy, a whole new attitude. I'm letting go of those beliefs about myself. I'm letting go. So what are you willing to commit to? Because remember, you have to replace it with something. So what are you willing to commit to?
I'm willing to commit to speaking up in my truth, speaking up in my power. I do like the mantras. I know what I'm talking about. Speak up, Kaisha, you know, just press the mute button, speak it. Like, you know, because I'm telling you that mute button is fear.
You're gonna let that go too.
Yes.
You're gonna let that go. You're gonna let go of the mute button is fear. Replace it with something else. What is the mute button to you? When you hit that mute button, what is it for you and your aspirations and your career journey? What is it for you?
It means that I can flow, I can just let it go, you know, let my ideas manifest, let my contribute my ideas to the conversation, you know, instead of just sitting there listening to other people or, you know, speak their ideas. Like I have something to say.
So it's opportunity.
Yes.
It's sharing. It's edifying the conversation and bringing something to the space that's missing because you haven't spoken yet. How about that?
Right.
It ain't the same until Kaisha brings in her expertise. You see? So I want you to and consistently change the narrative, consistently change the story. Even in the moment, You there? You want to, you like this with your finger? Want to just consistently change the story. Breathe and be your authentic self. When you're not your true authentic self, the world misses out. Your organization is missing out. The people who are looking to you, Kaisha, are missing out. You are a gift. You got that promotion because it's something that you bring that they need. You have to honor yourself in that and see yourself in that way too. And the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. And eventually, remember the growth zone, the juiciest zone, where you're realizing your aspirations, you're self-actualized, you're in flow. You'll eventually get there. Someone said in the chat, forgive yourself. I would have to agree with that. That whole situation that happened with the boss, it's time to let that go too.
Yeah.
Let it go. Like you learned from it. We all go through experiences. Say, oh, observe it. See, you're attached to it. When these type of things happen, we sit back and observe it. We don't want to attach to it and get so clingy to it because then we stop moving and evolving. So, oh, I did that. You may sit with it for a day or two and it's going on in your head. And the more you do this work, you should suffer from it less and less. It should not linger for days and weeks. Recover from that. Let it go. You learned. You're going to figure out a new way of doing things in terms of how to correct someone, but it's no longer a part of you and what you're capable of doing. Let it go. Even in our suffering, it becomes our comfort zone. And like I like to tell people, you create a whole party around it, you get confetti and balloons and you hang out in it. And it's like, for weeks and months. Okay, so let it go. Let it go. Kaisha, thank you. Was this helpful to you?
Yes, it was. Thank you. It just reminded me of everything that we've learned in Wu and how when we think we're doing great, we're doing well, we hit a wall. And then we need a boost to remind us how to get over that wall. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Kaisha. Thank you so much. Beautiful. All right, team. Did anybody else want to make a comment? Or how we doing? Just checking in. I see the chat is on fire.
Yes, I was going to say, if you like, I can read a few comments that were dropped in the chat during your exchange with Kaisha. And thank you, Kaisha, for being so willing to share. So Zakia says, stop shooting on yourself, beloved Kaisha. You are so powerful. Terry, you got this, Kaisha. You have so much to share. If you make a mistake, it is okay. Gina, if you speak up and you're wrong, you will learn the true answer. You can't lose. Terry, it is okay to not always get it right. Sahu Speed says, Kaisha, the mute button is contribution.
Yes.
I mean, there is so much, Kaisha, so much feedback, so many messages for you in the share. Z goes on to say, yes, forgive yourself. Mistakes are blessings. We can learn and grow from them. Terry says, I had to learn this. I observe my white counterparts. They take the risk of being wrong, but they continue to speak up and out and bounce back when they are not on point. I will not die if I do not get it right or if others do not agree with my contribution. So thanks again to Kaisha for sharing. And what you did with Kaisha was for Kaisha, but it was also for the community. So
Absolutely.
Thank you, Tirza. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. I just want to check in on the time. Do we want to move to one more person or comment, or do we need to wrap up? Help me out, because I'm in flow, so I'm forgetting. Help me out.
Well, it's 8:14, so we do have time.
Okay.
So if you would like for me to select another person, I can, or if you want to move to a different part of what you're presenting today, you let us know.
Yeah, so it is just right now about if anybody wants to be coached through their comfort zone, this is the moment to do that. If there's any volunteers who want to talk it through, I'm happy to work with y'all. So let's do it.
All right, so do we have anyone that is willing to work with Tirza? Cherie, all right.
Hey,
Dare I?
Yes.
Okay, let's try. Let's do it. Not try.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right.
All right.
So are we referring to you relocating?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, beautiful. So that is a desire that is calling you. Beautiful.
Mhm.
What did you identify as your comfort zone?
Pre-existing opportunities here in New York.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Familiarity. That's really it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's it.
So things are set up here because you've been here for so long. Resources, relationships, familiar, comfort zone. That's all comfort, right?
Yes.
All comfort. Okay.
Mhm.
And so what's the story you're telling yourself about that? What's the narrative? Because there's
The
always a
narrative.
narrative. Mhm.
Okay. So the narrative is that, you know you need to stay here because there's unknown where you're going.
Mm.
And, what works here may not work there. You have you have a certain amount of resources, and it may be difficult. Just all these lies, like
Oh, I love it. I love that you said all these lies.
all these lies,
All these lies.
all these limiting beliefs. Yes.
See, here's the thing you have to ask yourself, folks.
Okay.
Is your desire stronger than every reason why you shouldn't do what you desire?
I swear to you, from getting that message this week, it really has. It has like eclipsed.
Your desire has eclipsed?
My desire has eclipsed my fear. I'm not saying my fear isn't there, but it has been eclipsed.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You know how you know what an eclipse looks like?
Yeah, yeah.
It's still behind it. You can kind of see a slither, but it kind of at a certain point overtakes it. And so I'm allowing my current understanding or understanding to eclipse my fear.
Good. And so asking that, is your desire strong enough to still push through past any of the fears, any of the stories or narratives you're telling yourself? And now here's the thing that you can do to combat that. Ask yourself, what is at cost if my fears overtake the desire? So Cherie, what is the cost?
The cost is not being fully expressed.
Ooh, that's a big cost.
And it is, because I know that we all are here, not just because, just through osmosis and some good old lovemaking. No, we are really here. We are really here to carry out some really important individual missions. And I feel responsible for earning my breath of life. And I have to. I have to. And it's been too long that I haven't.
So the cost is you not being fully expressed, fully being all that you're capable of being, which is connected to your happiness, your peace. Because if you don't do it, if you're not fully expressed, you're not fully happy. You're not fully in a place of joy. You're not feeling your full integrity of wholeness that you already are. You're not feeling it. You're it no matter what, but you're not in alignment with it. Okay? So the desire has to be the leading edge for you, because the risk of not following your desire is way too strong.
It really is.
It sounds like it's a loss of yourself. You're going to lose yourself. And you may play the dance and put on the uniform and but within, there's going to be an emptiness. That's what I'm hearing. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Good. So with that said, what do you need to let go of then?
I need to let go of possessions. I love my plants. I might have to let go of some of my plants. But it's okay, because I'll get new ones, or I'll live in such a lush environment that plants are just all around me.
So see, that's what you're committing to.
Yeah.
So if you're using plants as an example, the commitment is I'm going to attract such lush when I get there. I'm committing to thoughts of abundance when I get there.
Yes.
That's what you're going to commit to.
Yes.
Right. So because everything that you described was this letting, what did you say? How did you say it? I
have to let go of my possessions.
And the possessions are your resources, your comfort, your relationships. So it's true. You are actually going to let that go, like really, as you relocate. It doesn't mean they're forever. Some things you have to let go of permanently, but some things it's like, okay, we're going to catch up on the phone if it's a person, or we're going to do a Zoom.
Yes.
But the committing is you being able to see what's coming and what you're going to create in your power, because you create what you want. Remember, power.
Yes.
So the committing is to, what do I want to create when I am there? What's new to create when I'm there? Because the fact that you're ready to move on is saying that this is old. It's time to let this go because there's something new on the horizon for me. That you have within your power to create your realities. You remember when we talk about the definition of power, right? The definition of power. I just want to seeing yourself influencing, impacting, and creating the realities you want to experience from your authentic self. So the committing to is I'm going to create what I want from my authentic self there. You're functioning and thinking from a lack of scarcity rather than abundance. And that's what has to be let go of, the scarcity.
Okay. Scarcity. Okay. 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 I get it. So the scarcity. Yeah, it is that. And I just realized that this has come up before in my life. And then when I look at it as fast, like now is the fast forward, and I'm okay.
We've all been through that phase of the comfort zone. We've all been through that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This is just another phase because you're unfolding. And there'll be another phase. Here's the problem. If we're not going through these phases, that means we're not in our growth mode the way we're supposed to be. Because and the only reason why we wouldn't be is because we are stuck in the comfort zone.
I'm ready. I have it's so like that inner thing that you said, that is so prevailing. It's not allowing ease, and I need to feel ease inside. And the only way that I'm going to feel this ease through alignment is if
alignment with your true authentic self. And your true authentic self is what is calling you to relocate.
It is.
When you don't listen to that, you're not honoring yourself.
Yes. Or the reason for why I was given the breath of life.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Beautiful work, Cherie. You got this. I wish you much success.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. All right, well, team, this is good. I think we did great work here. Whenever you guys are ready, we can start wrapping up. I'll take your lead.
Okay, I will bring up your slide, your special offer, and you can tell us about that.
Yeah. So community, I would love to continue doing this work with you one-on-one. If you're interested, I invite you to book a complimentary life strategy session with me, where we would do something very similar to this based on something that's on your heart that you want to unpack, that you're contemplating, you're not sure about. Maybe you're in the fear zone, you're stuck in the comfort zone. And what I like to do is just be able to do some one-on-one work with you. This is a complimentary 45-minute session. The session will be recorded and you will have access to that session for you to be able to review and reflect on your own. Many of our friends from this community have taken advantage of this opportunity and have found it to be impactful. And I would love to extend the service. So again, it's complimentary. What you waiting for? Book your session. The bit.ly link is right there on the slide. And I think it's being put in the chat, bit.ly/strategy session with Tirza. I look forward to connecting with you one-on-one. All right. I invite you to stay in touch with me. I am on all social media platforms, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, at Tirza Motivates. Tirza Motivates, always posting inspirational messages, updating you all on maybe events that I'm at or speaking at. Hey, keep in touch with me. And also, if you want to get in contact with me directly, you can email me at tirzabargriff@gmail.com and check out my website at tirzamotivates.com. Okay. You know, I am in such a season of abundance, just a spirit and attitude of abundance. I have proclaimed over my life that I am a magnet for money. And so I proclaim that right here, right now, that if you were moved in any way by this message and you find it in your heart to bless me and manifest for me what I talked about in terms of me being a magnet for money, go ahead and follow your inspiration. Don't deny it. Listen to it. All right. Because I appreciate blessings. So if you feel inspired to bless me with a love offering, go ahead and do it. You're going to send it to Cash App, $Spirit of a Woman, or Zelle at SOWleadershipdevelopment@gmail.com, and take note of the code 356 TBG. That's for Tirza Barnes Griffith, my full name, code 356 TBG. And I thank you in advance for your love offerings. I appreciate you much. Thank you. Okay. Right.
Nigel, did I hear you? Oh, okay. Okay, now moving forward, coming up next, that will be tomorrow, Monday, June 28th. You can join us for a session facilitated by Sahuspeak. And the topic there is Sacred Touch Monday with Sahuspeak. And following that, on Tuesday, June 29th, we have a session facilitated by our very own Chantel Gamble. And her topic is Securing the Bag, rekindling our relationship with money. And you can come through and join us on Monday and Tuesday for two other dynamic sessions with Sahuspeak and Chantel. And for our new members of our community, new members to the Woo Nation, if you are new, please share that with us. You can put it in the chat here in Zoom. And if you're new on Facebook, you can share it there in the comments. Share with us. We can welcome and thank you for being here. And if you're new, again, if it's your first day, your first week, the first month you've been with us, or you're just coming into our community brand new this year, we want to thank you again. Share with us some more. Let us know you're here. Bless you, and thank you so much for joining us. Our schedule: Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Join us for a 90-minute session from 7 to 8:30, and then Mondays and Wednesdays from 7 to 7:30, our 30-minute sessions, and we're always streaming live on Facebook. Our Woo Swag. Get your Woo Swag, your Woo Nation gear. You can find it at bit.ly/Woo Swag. You can get your mugs, your t-shirts. We have masks and sweatshirts and new product being developed as we speak. You can, again, shop at bit.ly/. And again, we thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for registering. And those who have not, you can register at bit.ly/Wake Up Movement. And you can register for our Facebook community at bit.ly/Woo Community. You can find us on Instagram at Wake Up Everybody Virtual, and on YouTube, bit.ly/Woo on YouTube. And again, you can email us if you have any support questions, if you want to join the team, and you can do that at info.wakeupseries@gmail.com. And for our admin team, our members, today we're having our Woo Brain Dump, and that starts, I believe, at 11 o'clock. There'll be a session from 11 to 5. Kenyofu, I don't know if there's any further information you would like to share in regards to this. If you have any further information other than what we see here. I'm just curious.
I do not. If you haven't already filled out the form for suggestions and thoughts, then you can do that. And I will be, if it's not in the chat already, I can drop it. I'm gonna check right now.
Okay, perfect, Kenya. We thank you so much for that contribution and a reminder of the form. Okay, let's bring the slides down and we can go on gallery view and thank Tirza for being with us today. Share your love, community. Welcome to our Love Shower, Tirza. Thank you so much for such a dynamic session. I loved it.
Thank you for
La 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 woo woo.
Thank you so much, Tirza. That was very powerful.
Thank you,
La la
thank
la
you,
la
thank
woo
you.
Big stuff,
Thank
big
you.
stuff, getting out of that
La la la
comfort
la
zone. So
woo
thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you for very
Thank
wonderful and
you.
healing. I
Thank
need to
you.
hear this.
So
Thank you.
happy.
Everybody have a blessed day.
Thank you, Tirza.
Wonderful.
Very much.
Take care, everybody. Have a beautiful
I've
week.
Very powerful.
Love you,
I
family.
need to hear over and over. Thank you so much for this healing.
Yeah.
Blessing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'm back here in the country.
Thank you, Tirza.
Thank
I'm
you
supposed to
for
be going
sharing.
to France in July, but I don't think I'm going.